Welcome back to Horoscope Forecasts 369, your trustworthy companion in the cosmic journey. I'm Jenny, here to help you unlock the mysteries of the stars. No matter your zodiac, our mission is to bring clarity to your celestial path. If it's your first visit, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us daily in unveiling what the stars align for us. So, buckle up, it's time to journey through the cosmic realm and decipher the messages of the universe today, Saturday, June 17, 2023. The astrology of today, all signs. Mercury and Venus form a harmonious sextile today, and we more readily compromise, negotiate, please, and clarify things. We tend to verbalize or analyze our feelings and relationships with this influence. This transit favors diplomacy, charm, social graces, presentation of ideas, romantic overtures, teaching, business deals, publishing, commerce, public relations, and joint ventures or partnerships. However, Saturn stations and turns retrograde today and will remain retrograde until November 4th. This station can temporarily magnify all things Saturn, bringing somewhat heavy energy to the day and this surrounding week. We're more likely to make errors until we adjust to the shift. While Saturn is retrograde, we review and question our responsibilities and commitments instead of dealing with them in the moment or proactively. There can be more than usual experiences of guilt and self-doubt as we internalize fears, but also an excellent chance to reassess our commitments. Today's Aries horoscope. You can find yourself particularly dedicated to a personal project, dear Aries. You're putting more heart and imagination into your work, pet project, or a business idea. Problem solving and creative work prosper. Still, Saturn stations and turns retrograde today, and it's best to take it easy, consider your responsibilities, and work step by step toward your goals. Saturn will continue its retrograde until November 4th. And it's a natural time for you to review your obligations and reconsider your personal plans. Some level of withdrawal is possible now. You're learning more deeply about your spiritual goals, tying up loose ends, or finishing long-term projects that have outworn their purpose. Saturn's station can feel a little heavy as you sense that you're switching gears this week, but in time, you will adjust to this shift, and you're likely to welcome this period of review. It's not an ideal cycle for launches of major long-term projects, but returning to complete old projects can be rewarding. Today's Taurus horoscope. With Saturn turning retrograde today, dear Taurus, you'll see the need to review, reflect, and reorganize your work, long-term plans, or social life and happiness goals in the months ahead. A shift in perspective occurs, and it's wise to consider that increases or expansion may lead to stress rather than joy for the time being. Focusing on what you already have going can be more rewarding. This retrograde cycle lasts until November 4th, and it's best to remind yourself that efforts to build and restructure benefit you in the long run. Also today, you're in great shape to dedicate yourself to a particular project or pursuit. You're motivated and ready to put in the effort. You might decide to keep your ear to the ground today, as helpful information can surface that further inspires your ideas, dreams, and goals. Today's Gemini horoscope. You're seeking a little more meaning to what you do today, dear Gemini. You might be doing much behind the scenes, or you're keeping some things under wraps, which seems the wisest strategy for now. A private mission or plan can be motivating and fun. Saturn turns retrograde today and will continue in this apparent backward motion until November 4th. You may feel very close to a project or decision only to discover a roadblock, delay, or simply a sense that you're not quite ready for it all to come together yet. You'll likely feel a shift in perspective about your long-term goals, responsibilities, career, or life path. There is a real need to simplify your career efforts and reputation since expansion can bring undue stress. It's a great time to build upon current projects or return to unfinished endeavors. Today's Cancer horoscope. You could feel pleasantly dedicated to a friend or cause today, dear Cancer. Having a sense of purpose can take you far. Warm, positive communications are pleasing but can also come in handy. There can be information about courses and opportunities of benefit to you. Still, Saturn turns retrograde today, and in the months ahead, there could be some slowdowns, delays, or backtracking with matters related to education, travel, or publishing. It's not the time to rush decisions. Simplifying, building, structuring, and stabilizing efforts produce the best results until November 4th. Allow yourself to dream and think big, but try not to overdo things, as you'll end up too exhausted when actual opportunities present themselves. Today's Leo horoscope. You could be guiding or mentoring someone, dear Leo, and people tend to turn to you for support or advice now. It's a day for benefiting from being especially observant. You might make a rewarding connection or bond with someone through a heart-to-heart or through listening. Certain conversations and connections deserve your attentiveness. Also today, Saturn turns retrograde, and until November 4th, you can benefit from a review of debts, support, emotional health, and your close relationships. You might need to reassess how much time and energy you can afford to invest in these matters, or you may be dealing with delays or refinements of plans. Once you recognize the need for restructuring, simplifying, and stabilizing your life, you'll have a stronger sense of the benefits of this cycle. Today, Saturn's station encourages you to slow down and think about your priorities. People are especially prone to making errors of judgment now until they grow accustomed to this shift. Today's Virgo horoscope. A special person might inspire you to find more meaning in your pursuits, dear Virgo. There can also be more clarity in your life through friends or networks. News or information coming to you can help develop a friendship or a feeling that you belong. Being around others leads to a new understanding or observations of significance. However, Saturn turns retrograde today, reminding you of the work you must do to stabilize critical areas of your life, especially your relationships, creative world, and leisure time. Some backtracking or slowing down is possible, and simplifying rather than taking on additional responsibilities makes the most sense now. You might see someone or your relationship needs from a slightly different perspective in the months ahead. You may need to revise your outlook or approach. This cycle, running until November 4th, will eventually reveal the right path. With Saturn station today, we could feel down or disoriented temporarily because we're not used to this heavy energy. It's best to take the time to think about your priorities, particularly related to partnerships and significant people in your life. Today's Libra horoscope. You might enjoy researching matters more deeply and doing some solitary work and analysis, dear Libra. Also today, Saturn turns retrograde, and there can be slowdowns, delays, or backtracking with daily affairs, work, health, or routines in the months ahead. Until November 4th, it's a better time for review and reflection than innovation in these life departments. While you may encounter some waning motivation or delays, you are well positioned to simplify, edit, and build what you already have in place. You might reassess commitments to specific programs, projects, or jobs in the months ahead. While this shift occurs this week, watch for errors. There may be strained relationships, or the weight of your work or health responsibilities can be heavier just for now. Today's Scorpio horoscope. Saturn turns retrograde today, dear Scorpio, and your perspective on romance and creativity can undergo a shift. The coming months are suitable for reevaluating, consolidating, and perhaps rebuilding endeavors related to the pursuit of pleasure, romance, personal interests, and creative expression. Brand new major projects may not take off quickly. In truth, they may only serve to stress you out, as this is a time for conserving energy and simplifying your life. Aim to level things out for the best results. You might return to a previous project and approach it in a new way now, or you might build a work in progress. Also today, you might find it pleasant to talk something through, spend time with others, and learn assorted facts. Today's Sagittarius horoscope. With Saturn retrograde from today until November 4th, dear Sagittarius, domestic matters and finances can be areas of slowdowns, review, delays, or backtracking. Considering the long term will help you understand the importance of this period. Aim to simplify and work on projects already underway so that you can catch your breath. In truth, there can be opportunities to reassess, edit, and refine your commitments. Reconnecting to the meaning of your commitments or responsibilities is a process, and you'll get there soon enough. It's a time to examine your intentions and expectations. Today, your intuition, a gut feeling, or a revelation can motivate you to take care of a health or work matter. You're in particularly good shape for dedication to a work or health goal, and your single-minded focus can take you far. Today's Capricorn horoscope. Saturn, your ruler, turns retrograde today, dear Capricorn. During this cycle that lasts until November 4th, you might consider reviewing and revising or editing some projects and commitments. A short dip in motivation is possible for particular learning, personal interests, communications, and socializing activities. There can be delays related to these matters, or pending decisions can pull you down temporarily. Returning to an unfinished project rather than taking on a new one is likely the most successful strategy in the months ahead. Find ways to reconnect with your priorities, which will help you get back on track sooner. The current shift can lend some heavier or more responsible themes to the week, but the cycle is a helpful one that reminds you where in your life it would benefit you to pare things down. Today's Aquarius horoscope. You're in great shape to focus on your resources and family matters today, dear Aquarius. You can feel quite blessed, which motivates you to make further improvements. Still, Saturn turns retrograde today, and its shift tends to weigh you down a little. In the months ahead, you're in good shape to review some of your commitments and responsibilities, mainly related to your finances, business, security, self-worth, natural talents, resources, and comfort levels. There may be delays related to some of these things or a temporary pulling back from specific projects until you come to new conclusions. These shouldn't be rushed as your perspective shifts this week. In a general sense and particularly related to money matters, it's a better period for review, editing, and reflection than it is for innovation. Today's Pisces horoscope. You find it easier than usual to retreat into your personal interests today, dear Pisces. You're also in fine shape for clarifying a relationship or creative matter. Still, Saturn turns retrograde today, and it will remain retrograde until November 4th. If you feel disconnected from the purpose of the responsibilities brought on by this Saturn transit of your sign, then this cycle could magnify the heaviness or weight of them, even if they haven't changed or increased. In other words, your perception of your responsibilities can alter. It's best to keep in mind the overall purpose of this Saturn transit, that you are learning to rely on yourself and get your life into order. Moderation helps now. Returning to a previous project may be particularly rewarding during this cycle and is more likely to be successful than a brand new one. Thank you for joining me here on Horoscope Forecasts 369. Don't forget to share these horoscope predictions with friends and loved ones who might benefit from them, and remember to hit the like button if you found today's predictions useful. I'm Jenny, and I'll be back tomorrow with more. Until then, keep your eyes on the stars and your heart open to the universe. Goodbye for now.